Hey guys, this is Cole with Senior Tech Connect, and today we're going to talk about silencing and removing spam, and that can be text messages or phone calls. In today's day and age, cyber scams are running rampant. Throughout the US in 2024, seniors lost a reported $4.8 billion due to cyber scams, and those are just the reported numbers. Many of these scams start with just a simple text message or phone call and can lead down weeks and months to pig butchering, romance, or any other types of scams that criminals are using. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look in our messages and we're going to find a fishy text message and show you how to delete it on your Android. And then we're going to go into our phone settings and see if we can silence unknown phone callers. That means that if your mom or your son, daughter, niece, nephew calls you, you'll receive that phone call and you'll receive the ringtone. However, if it comes from an unknown caller, it's going to silence it so they can leave you a voicemail. Now, before we jump into it, I want to just describe the phone that I'm using is a Samsung Galaxy A34. So if you have a different type of Android, Jitterbug, or other type of non-Apple phone, it might vary slightly. However, for the most part, the user interface is going to be similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our message app. And on my Android, it's a blue app with a white chat box and 3 dots horizontally. I'm going to tap on that message app. And I see that I have 2 messages up top that look very much like spam or a scam. The second one, for example, says info@eirsclaims.com. Again, a reminder, the IRS will never send you text messages asking you to take action. They will send certified mail to contact you. So I know from the outset that this is a scam. If you accidentally tap on the text message, don't worry, that's okay. Just make sure you do not click on any of the links that they might put in there or try to contact them or reach out to a number that they provide you. So if you feel like this is a scam, which I am positive that it is, you're going to navigate back using that back arrow. And then you're going to look right here on the message. You can tap and hold to select that message. And you know that it's selected because it says 1 selected and there's a check mark right there. If I wanted to, I can even select more messages if I think that I have multiple spam messages. But in this case, I'm just going to select that 1 text message. And I'm going to see at the bottom that a icon that looks like a garbage can that says delete pops up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap delete. And here you can say it says move this conversation to the trash. You can also block this email address. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to also block it by just tapping on that little circle. The check mark appears, which means that it is enabled. And I'm going to tap move to trash. So that text message and that email address have been blocked and deleted from my messages. So they're not going to be able to contact me from that email address again. I'm going to show you one more time. So if I wanted to delete and block this phone number, I'm going to press and hold. I see it selected. Tap delete. Also block this number and move to trash. I will never receive a text message from that number again. Now, that is how to delete and block text messages from certain numbers or even email addresses. Now, a lot of people receive phone calls that just rings their phone off the hook all day. We want to find a way that we can silence unknown callers. Well, the Android isn't as simple as the iPhone in the fact that it only gives you the option to block callers. Block unknown callers. I apologize. So I'm going to show you that right now. And that's going to be in our phone settings. So if we go to our phone app, which is green, it looks like a telephone right here on the bottom left of my screen. I'm going to tap on that. And then what I'm going to see is on the top right, I'm going to see 3 vertical dots. That's what we call the menu icon. On the Android, this is very common. When I tap on the menu icon, I'm going to see speed dial numbers, open to keypad, voicemail, and phone settings. I'm going to tap on settings. From there, I can see at the very top, it says block numbers. I can tap on block numbers. Then it gives me the option to either manually input phone numbers that I want to block. It also shows me those 2 phone numbers that I blocked just before. And it also gives me the option to block calls from unknown numbers. So if I wanted to, I could tap on that, and that's going to block all calls that come from unknown numbers. The problem is that many times in our day-to-day lives, we receive phone calls from the doctor's office or from a new friend or someone that we might not have their number saved. And so you might tell me, hey, Cole, I don't want to block all unknown numbers. I just want to silence them. So I'm going to disable that. And let's find a workaround to this. So if you don't feel like you want to block all unknown numbers, you just want to silence them, here's what you can do. You're going to access your quick settings. And as we know on the Android, to access your quick settings, you're going to swipe down from the top. So I'm going to swipe down, and then I'm going to do that one more time. That's how you access your quick settings on the Android. Now I'm going to do this workaround, I'm going to have to find my Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb is a feature on iPhones and Androids that allows you to essentially focus. It makes sure that incoming calls and text messages do not make a loud ring or bother you while you're in the middle of studying, reading, having dinner with friends, or whatnot. So on my phone, I see that I'm in my quick settings, but I don't see it on this initial page. I'm going to swipe to the left to find Do Not Disturb right here. It's on the second menu, and as you can tell, in my quick settings, I just swiped to the left, and that's where Do Not Disturb is. So in order to silence unknown numbers, we're essentially going to enable Do Not Disturb mode, but then we're going to have to input the context that we are okay with them calling us manually. So I'm going to press and hold on Do Not Disturb, and it's going to take me to the Do Not Disturb settings. Okay, from here, what I can do is I can tap Do Not Disturb to enable. Again, that just enabled the Do Not Disturb mode. And then I'm going to enter calls and messages. So currently, there are no phone numbers that are allowed to call or message me while I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. The workaround here is that you can add the key contacts that you will allow to call you or message you while you are in Do Not Disturb mode. So essentially, these individuals get a pass. And so let's say I want to add my mom, and I want to add John. I'm going to add the two of them, and I'm going to click done. And I've just added those two individuals as exceptions to my Do Not Disturb. Now, it's a little difficult if you want all of your contacts not to be silenced. You would essentially have to go through and select multiple contacts that you would like not included in the Do Not Disturb. Once you've done that, you can tap done, and you're going to see all of these contacts that are starting to populate as exceptions. Again, this is a workaround. Android does not typically allow you to silence all unknown callers, but if you feel like you'd like to do that and you don't want to just block all unknown callers, this is a workaround that can work for you. Again, it is all up to you and using technology to work what works best for you. We want to be careful about incoming phone calls and incoming text messages from numbers that we don't recognize. It's very hard to trust anyone that is contacting you these days. There are many malicious actors out there. There are many scammers. And unfortunately, seniors everywhere are having their life savings lost. So we don't want that to happen to you. Thank you so much for watching this. If you need to watch it again, please do. And thank you. Be safe. Be prepared.